All right, today we'll be working on a new lesson, measuring and comparing volume. What is volume? Volume is the amount of space an object occupies. So it's the amount of space an object occupies. So let's say we got this crayon box. So what is the volume? It's the amount of space that the object occupies. So this is the object. Whatever fills in this whole entire crayon box would be the volume of this crayon box. So the entire thing. We will be working today with linking cubes in order to determine the volume. All right, so I have this set of linking cube. It's a rectangular prism. I've got length, I've got width, I've got height to it. It makes it into a rectangular prism. It's a 3D shape. I could see it from different sides. Now, I could ask you a question, and that question would be determine the volume. So going back to the definition, that it's the amount of space an object occupies, which means the whole entire thing. So to do so, you would just basically count. So we're going to look at it from the top. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've counted 12 over here, but we must check all sides. We got another layer down here. So if I have 12 up here, I have 12 down here. 12 plus 12 equals 24 cubes. So each one of these are called cubes. When we add them up, we came up with 24 cubes. Each one is called a cube. Now I could ask you, how many layers do we have in this particular rectangular prism? If we're looking at it this way, we have 2 layers. This is 1 layer, this is 2 layers. How many cubes are there in each layer? As I said earlier, when we counted them, we have 12 up here, 12 down here, so each layer has 12. So we've got 1, 2 layers, each layer has 12, 12 and 12, or because we have 12, and then the other layer is matching because it's a rectangular plane, you could say 12 times 2 equals 24. If you're looking at it this way, how many layers do we have this way? Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. And how many cubes do we have in each layer? So we're looking at it this way now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 cubes in each layer. And again, we got 4 layers, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 cubes times the 4 layers equals 24 cubes. The volume itself does have a formula. It's something that extra I want to give you so that you have an idea of what it actually is. Volume is equal to length times width times height. Okay, so length times width is basically the answer of the area, but when you add the height, that would be the answer of the volume completely. So if we're working with area, we're basically just going to do length times width, but since we're dealing with the volume, we must add the height. So we got the length, we got the width, we got the height going upwards. So let's get the answer for this. So from earlier, we're still using the same exact prism. We know that the answer is 24 cubes, but let's use the formula to determine the answer. So how many cubes do we have in the length? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 times. Let's check the width. The width, we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3, and the height going upwards, we got 1, 2, we got 2. So now we must multiply these to find the correct answer. 4 times 3 equals 12, times 2 equals 24 cubes. A different way for writing the cubes is it depends on what the unit is. If we're dealing with centimeter, the cube would basically be that 3. So when you see a 3, that means cube. Or if we're dealing with the meters unit, it would be, again, same thing. It would be meters cubed. In the previous lesson, we were dealing with centimeter square. So square means 2, and cube means 3 because we're multiplying 3 things with each other, which is the length times width times height.